Guys, it's Kieran from Red Devil Weekly, and I'm here to give my quick thoughts ahead of United's game against Copenhagen in the Champions League, match day 4 of course, and a pivotal game for Manchester United. It's do or die at this point, I would say. I think it's fair to say it's do or die. If 3 points aren't collected, then Champions League progression is looking very unlikely. The group currently stands at United in 3rd with 3 points, Galatasaray in 4, and Bayern Munich away on 9 points. You know, they are probably going to qualify first, let's face it, unless an absolute miracle happens. So really the last spot is between us and Galatasaray, and there is a path for us to qualify. Despite how bad we've been in the first 3 games, there's still a path for us to qualify. If we win our next 2 games, we will qualify in 2nd place for the round of 16 of the Champions League, which after the Galatasaray game, I would have ripped your hand off for a 2nd place finish. But we'll get into that in a second. As always, please do leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Really enjoy interacting with you guys, so please do leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. But let's just get into it. Copenhagen, top of their domestic league. I had a little bit of a recce around to see how they've been doing, and they are top of the Superliga for 32 points, lost 2, drawn 2, and won the rest. Very good side, clearly. Very good side domestically, having a lot of joy. And in the Champions League this season, they are bottom of the group with only 1 point. But they were so close and really probably should have got something off us at Old Trafford if it wasn't for the hand of Andre Onana in the 95th minute, staving the penalty. And, you know, it would have been pretty well a watershed moment at Old Trafford for us, and probably would have meant us fighting for Europa League football. But Onana saved the day for us and really saved any hope we had of getting through to the knockout rounds. And Copenhagen, if they would have beaten us, they would have been level on points with Galatasaray. So a huge penalty miss that was, and it had a huge impact on how both sides go into this game. So, as I said, Copenhagen, in terms of the threats, in terms of the big names, the main one really is Elyounoussi. Obviously came from Celtic. He's someone who has caused a lot of defensive problems on that right-hand side and caused our defence a lot of problems as well. But another huge story, of course, and we're going to talk about Rasmus Højlund coming back to his former club. But Oscar Højlund, his brother, also came off the bench in the last couple of minutes. So there's obviously an all-family affair there, so it'll be a really special occasion, I'm sure, for Rasmus Højlund coming back to the club that he grew up at and the club that his brothers are at as well. So that'll be a really interesting event and a really special event, I'm sure, for him and his family. But we know what Copenhagen can do. We know the threats that they possess. Very good on the counter and created quite a few opportunities. Ultimately, the penalty in the end is a sore one. It's going to be a sore one for them, and they'll want a lot of. They want to make that right. They'll want a lot of vengeance for what happened. So let's see if they get it. But no doubt they'll be fired up for this game. They'll know they have to put right the wrongs. Easy for me to say. Put right the wrongs of the game last week. But enough about Copenhagen. We're going to talk quickly about Manchester United. I said it's not going to be too long of a video. I'm going to give you I usually give you my expected lineup, but this is kind of what I would go with. So I have gone with Onana in goal. I thought the last couple of weeks he has been pretty good. It pretty well started after the penalty save. I think it seems to have really given him a lot of confidence. Wan-Bissaka, I thought he's been good since coming back into the side. Varane, Maguire, and I put Reguilon at left back. We have seen Ten Hag play Dalot over Reguilon. I'm not sure why, considering Reguilon is the natural left back. And then I've gone with McTominay and Eriksen as the midfield pairing. No Amrabat, simply because whilst yes, he's Ten Hag signing, and I do want to see more from Ten Hag signings, he just hasn't been good, has he? I mean, if we have to be honest with ourselves here and say Amrabat has been subpar since joining us, he hasn't really been what we've been hoping for, and I think McTominay and Eriksen are in better form. I really do. My one worry with Eriksen is that when he starts games, he tends to fall off a little bit. His energy levels seem to dip horribly. And that's something which we will have to keep an eye on. But that is why you've got the depth off the bench. I've gone with Rashford on the left-hand side. He didn't start against Fulham, apparently with an injury before the game. So he's touch and go. I will say he's touch and go, but hopefully he is fit to play in this one. As I said, I am doing this before Ten Hag has made his press conference, so we won't know if Rashford's going to be fit. If he's not fit, then I've got that one wrong and I have to pull my hands up. I've gone with Bruno Fernandes in the attacking midfield role. Anthony I've gone with. Now, listen, I think it's difficult, right? Because that was one that I kind of put in that completely contradicted my whole statement about doing what I would do. Because Anthony, for me, doesn't really deserve a starting place. I don't think he deserves a starting place. But I just feel like right now there's no other player that Ten Hag is going to pick other than Anthony. And I feel like he's going to play Anthony until he hits form. And maybe this is the game for Anthony to find some form. And listen, fingers crossed that he does. Because if he doesn't start finding form soon, a lot of fans already giving him heat. It's going to continue to turn up the temperature. So I hope he does find form and I hope he does get on the score sheet. But right now, he needs to produce a good performance to really win over the fans again. And then, of course, Rasmus Højlund up top. I just feel like it's a homecoming for him. It's a big night for him. And I think he will get on the score sheet. You know, he's been fairly decent in the Champions League so far, scoring in two out of our first 3 games. And I think he will get a goal going back home on Wednesday night. And I'm going to give you my score prediction now. And obviously, I said at the top, it's a do or die game for Manchester United. There's no getting away from it. A win would put us in a good position to potentially go on and beat Galatasaray and make it through. I think that's our only hope. I think if we leave anything to chance come match day 6 against Bayern Munich, I think we're done for. So we have to win our next 2 games, in my opinion. And I can see it being another scrappy game. I don't think we're going to suddenly click and play amazing football. But I'm going to go with a 2-1. I'm going to go with a 2-1 United win. I just feel like we're going to scrape it. I really do. I know Copenhagen are very good at home. They're very solid. They've got a really good atmosphere. And that might spur them on. You know, that might spur them on to their first win in 11 games against English sides. But, you know, we really need this win. There's no going back now. A draw is not enough. I don't think, anyway. I don't think a draw is enough. So, I'm saying 2-1, and I'm saying Rasmus Højlund gets 1, and Bruno Fernandes gets 1. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in a bit.